What's up, y'all? I seriously doubt if anyone's going to jump in on here because it's 1:12 a.m. here in San Antonio, and I'm basically test firing my live stream account. I'm using the YouTube live stream beta. I'm not using the traditional Google Hangouts. That's going away on August 1st. Behind the scenes, I've actually been doing a little research on this, and I probably would not do this. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this on the live side. I've done it on the private side, and I deleted it so I can fix the camera angles and stuff like that and the lighting. And I'm looking around right now, and my lighting is not good. It's not the way I want it. I'm using my webcam on. Well, it's not the actual webcam on my laptop. It's my Logitech HD 1080 webcam. And like I said, I don't expect anybody to jump in here. I'm just checking for clarity and quality and things like that. I'm going to look at it later on, probably in the morning, to wake up and critique it and see what I can do a little better with it. But as far as topics, anything like that, y'all know yesterday, this was half of my challenge video. OG Rafa, I saw that you accepted the challenge. P Town said he was jumping in on it. Tony from 210 Kick said he was jumping in on it. Not sure if any want to participate. If you do, make sure you let me know, and we can chop it up and things like that and such. But will I be doing these live streams like this? The way this looks right now, from what I'm looking at, I probably will. Okay, I think I will. I might do this once a week, no more than once a week, and just dedicate a little bit of time to it. How do I feel about live streams? And one thing I did learn from observing people is that keep your cell phone close to you. Keep it close to you so you can see the chat. I have the chat enabled on the side. I don't think the original Google Talks version allows you to see that, but right here I got a panel. I can see it. As far as okay, turquoise 100 dropped in it. Do your thing, by all means, by all means. Really, what I'm doing behind this challenge right here is I subscribe to a lot of up and coming sneaker YouTubers. You know, those of us out there that's around that 500 and under mark, to help you out. Okay, I did a video a long time ago. It said the big name sneaker YouTubers don't follow you. Okay, they ask you for subscribers and they don't follow you. I remember being solicited when I started off by some big names. Okay, hey, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I started looking. I was like, man, you already subscribed to me. You know, I need all the help I can get out here. But that's really what I'm doing right now. I really want to reach back, and I'm not even there. I'm like 1500, somewhere around there. I think 1565 is what I saw when I was looking on here. So I'm nowhere near to being big time at all. I'm known for, you know, the direct type of information, type videos on there and reviews and stuff like that, but not more the dramatic type things. So my sneaker channel might not be your style of sneaker YouTube that you're used to, and if you do subscribe to me for that very reason, because it's chill, it's a more aged approach to it. Okay, I don't want to say mature because it's kind of a diss to a lot of people, and I want people to feel that way. That's your brand. That's how you manage your channel. That's cool. I don't really get into the comedy side of things, but if you follow me on Instagram, you get to see my comedic side. I kind of leave that for Instagram. And if you follow my videos, you already know what my Instagram is. I don't have a whole lot of followers on Instagram, and that's fine. I don't use that as a litmus test for success, anything like that. I mean, it means that the people that subscribe to me are devout followers. And a lot of people on my Instagram channel, I know them personally. I've actually stood in front of them. So that's the unique thing about those numbers on there being so low. These are people I actually know. Um, but what did I notice? The Travis Scott lows. Those are going to be a problem, people. Those are going to be a problem. I've seen so many early look sneakers on these things. You know, it makes you scratch your head. um, Also, when Jordan Brand does these shock drops, I really think that's the lane for people to grab unauthorized pairs. That's going to be their rationale for saying, I got them. Okay, I can always use the app and say I got them via the app. I've started to notice that within the past year, or hey, these were fake or something like that. Somebody got me, I got scammed, but I was able to get mine once the actual release happens. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. Turquoise, I caught a lot of flack over that video, and it wasn't like people publicly in the comments disavow what I said about the Riverwalk 8s, because I had the information that said that's not the name. The South Beach isn't the name of that sneaker. And what was appalling was it was people literally in San Antonio calling them the South Beach 8s. They're the Riverwalk 8s. The color scheme is even different, but you know how it is when there's a wave and something's really popular and something similar to it, they want to attach it to it. And that's really it's a dope sneaker, okay, to be that, being that it was a massive general release. I don't have a problem with that. I think everybody should be able to get a sneaker. But yeah, I caught a lot of flack. They wouldn't jump in the comments, but they would go elsewhere and say people don't know their sneakers. You should know better. This, and that. And that's kind of a mark of when you know your stuff. People won't come at you directly. They'll hide behind an account, or they'll go somewhere else and take subliminals at you. But the mark of maturity in being a professional is that you don't you don't go back and forth with people, because that's what they want. They want that energy. They want to go back and forth. And one thing people have told me, uh, you shouldn't do this, is that I censor my channel. Okay, it is ignorance is bliss. You're happy wherever you are. You don't know. I'm fine with that. That's also called willful ignorance, because the information is there and you just don't want to know. But I do censor my channel because I found that uh, little people watch the kids watch my channel. They watch my channel. My nephew gave me a critique a couple of weeks ago when I went to go see him. My nephew's son, he was like, can you do like the videos when you're in the store and stuff? I don't like the live chats when you're in your car and stuff like that. I don't like those, And I was like, then he came back and said, don't do those all the time. I was like, cool. I said, but hey, nephew, you got to be different. You got to bring something different to the channel. And people like real time talk. So Turquoise, I appreciate you being up this late, chopping it up with me. And yeah, for sure. This is one of those ways where, I can kind of get at you guys a little quicker. The problem is that leaving this laptop right here is a little cumbersome for me, because I got the camera right here and I got to move the lighting around. I hate moving lighting. So if you watch some of my videos, you notice that the lighting's sharp. Then other videos, it's not as sharp. It's because I was doing something. Maybe I was taking pictures, and you're going to use a video and still photography are very similar, but there's some differences you have to account for. Okay, and that's just from being in college and knowing that. But I hate moving lights. I really do. I hate moving lights, because then I got to play with it. Then I got to white balance and stuff all over again. And when you're doing live streams, you white balance, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you don't have to do that. But okay, cool. Like, if people want to jump on and stuff like that. That's one thing I did not see, is how to add people. And they say it's a link somewhere. So once I get off here, I'm gonna look into that a little bit more. I wasn't expecting anybody to jump on here, which is why I didn't do that. I know my man P Town, he's gonna hit me up like, hey, throw me on there. Because he's been waiting for this. He's been waiting for me to do something like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of the crazy releases that have dropped that I don't really review on my channel. I let some of the bigger sneaker YouTubers, they do their thing where it's like the worst drops and stuff like that. I might throw a picture up and like, hey, let's look at this shoe. What do you think about this? Things of that, current affairs, things of that nature and such. Where it's not like sneaker talk pure. Okay, things that really drive the culture and things like that. If it's something that happened in sports that you're going to see, basically that's going to affect the sneaker culture. Like PJ Tucker, him wearing all those retro kicks and stuff that on the court affects the culture. Um, a lot of the NFL players using the retro Jordan cleats, that affects the culture. That infuses things within the culture and stuff like that. Fashion, I'm really not going to get into too much. I might delve a little bit, being that I'm older and I dress, pretty much different from your average person that's into sneaker YouTube. I'm not into any of the hype beast stuff. I gotta watch my headphones because they have noise canceling effects. Like I can't hear, a lot of stuff that's going on around, which is good and bad at the same time. But this Puma box right here means nothing. It's just, I wore these about 2-3 days ago, and I just never put the box back up here. And I decided to put these dead stock sneakers from 2011. And one thing I didn't get into on this sneaker is you look in there, see that plaid, that gingham, if you will. That was one of the features I didn't talk about in the video. And of course, you see the dust inside the sneaker, like I said. Yeah. Oh, I mentioned in my last live stream about I put a lot of symbology in my videos. There's some symbolism going on here. So this is my high school, and this is the college that gave me my scholarship. Okay, I'm a former collegiate athlete. I don't talk about that a lot because my career was very brief. Okay, but I was Division 1. Okay, and it was not football. I do not look like my 18, 19-year-old self. Okay, 20-year-old self. I'm much bigger. But yeah, I was a Division 1 athlete. Okay. Um, and that was my school. It was Coppin State College when I was at Nana's University. But yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Somebody asked me about jeans one time, and I briefly talked about it in a live stream where I was giving some advice on styling your jeans a little bit. Uh, Mike the Compass did a video on affordable denim. I'm going to use affordable. This is not a diss towards Mike. Mike's getting YouTube money and sponsorship money. So his idea of affordable denim versus my idea of affordable denim are here and there. Okay. He was talking, oh, these are only 145. And I was like, Mike, really? That's affordable denim? Come on, man. Your average sneaker YouTuber is not going to buy for denim constantly, I would think. Nor are they going to pursue $145 pair of jeans. That's just me. But he has that Google money and his sponsorship money, and your average sneakerhead YouTuber does not have that. And 145 was kind of like affordable. Maybe it was clickbait. Like I said, that's not a swipe at Mike. It's just that we're on two different planes of fashion and Google money earnings. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do a counter video to that, just kind of like messing with him a little bit because Mike's a cool dude. He's caught some flack for some stuff in the past, but I've always loved his videos. He's one of the first guys to use the two character thing in the video. And how many do I own, Turquoise? Oh man, I just sold, I think, 5. Yeah, 5. I sold 5 pairs of my oldest sneakers, and I have not counted since I moved. Last time I actually physically counted my sneakers, I was around 215. 215. This is not the entire collection. There's a closet right here. In my master bedroom, I have sneakers in there as well. But I don't know how many are on this rack. I didn't count. And you can't use like what you see going across here because the boxes are in different sizes as you go up. There's more sneakers up top. So I have not counted. Um, yeah. Uh, I probably need to count. In the beginning, I was kind of like, man, I don't want to put that number out. Somebody might try something, but trust believe if you do that, there's going to be some problems. All right. That's the other thing too. In, if you own or rent your home, or even if you're with your parents or something like that, and you have a massive collection, insure your stuff. All right. I talked about in this particular video, I glanced over it when I was deployed. Uh, I had sneakers stolen from me, but I had the wherewithal to insure my shoes. Now the problem was that by the time everything had taken place and they sent me that check, I couldn't get those sneakers anymore. They were out of circulation. I think another sneaker YouTuber, he mentioned that as well. He Someone stole from him as well. I can't remember who it was. It'll come to me eventually, but I do remember his story. And that's the problem. You can't get the shoes back depending on how fast they basically reimburse you or cut you the check, if you will, for your loss. And that's always going to be a problem. But I would say around 210, 215 or something turquoise. I don't know. I need to count. Um, on the low end, I probably would say about 190-ish because my collection ebb and flows. I have 4 pairs of sneakers I purchased within the last month that I have not even reviewed. They've been in videos, they've been posted to Instagram, but I haven't dedicated a video to them. And I do that sometimes. I'm like, whatever. And sometimes I might not be. Yeah, yeah, definitely rental insurance. Jetty, Lemonade are a few affordable ones. And if you have like audio equipment, like I'm a DJ, and I have expensive equipment. Okay. And that's something that I have to insure in case something happens because I'm going to lose money. But yeah, definitely renter's insurance for sure. I'm not going to tell you who, but on the more affordable scale, you got Jetty and Lemonade, and if you want, a bigger name, they might offer you a few more things. You got your bigger companies as well, but you never know. Floods, fire, things like that, and you're left with nothing. So yeah, insure your stuff. That's what it's for. Insure your stuff. You spend 20, $30, whatever it is, on stuff that's least important. It's kind of like life insurance. I'm kind of blown away that people don't have life insurance. I'm like, but you smoke cigarettes. People who have weed habits and stuff like that, that's cheaper than your weed habit. Insure yourself. It's when you lived a little and you've seen people your age, even though I'm not that old, but you've seen people, I've seen my peers pass away, okay, from natural causes or from negative causes. And I'm like, they didn't have insurance. Wow. And GoFundMe is not insurance. That bothers me to my soul. Like, if you know the person's lifestyle, you're kind of like, why don't you have insurance and you're doing all of that? Mind boggling. Okay. For less than a pack of polo socks, you can insure yourself for about 100,000, 50,000 on the low end. And think about it, to bury a person, it's about $10,000, depending on if you're going to cremate them or you're going to put them in a coffin. If you cremate them, it's going to be a little cheaper. But I've seen families have to put money together just to cremate a person, and I'm like, that that's not good. Okay, that's not good. That's tough. And hey, my sincerest condolences to you, man. It's tough, and you wonder like how we, not to judge anybody, like the whys of it, like why didn't we do that? Why didn't we do that? And we see our habits, our things that we just spend money on because we can, and it starts to add up. Like everybody has some kind of vice, believe it or not. It might not be a vice that really affects your health or your wealth or anything like that, or your home. Ain't no doubt. But we have something that we're like, man, that's my thing. I gotta have that. And you start doing the numbers, and it adds up, and you're like, that's my insurance policy or whatever, or that's something else that I need. And retirement taught me a lot about what I took for granted. when I was working every day. What I was able to purchase, like not even thinking about it, like, yeah, I'll just go and get that. When I decided to retire, I was like, I have to change my spending habits a lot. Okay. I'm fine. I do whatever the heck I want. I have means and ways of getting money extra if I want, but you really have to scrutinize what you spend your money on. Like now, like, no, I'm not buying that. No, I'm not buying that. It's chasing releases. Okay. Believe it or not, sneakers is an addiction. And I'm not even, it's a shopping, it's part of a shopping addiction where it's like, man, I gotta get those. I gotta get those. And a lot of us don't know the difference, distinctive difference between a want and a need. Okay, you need air. All right. You want air freshener. That's the best way to describe it. That's what I tell people. Uh, you need a car, depending on where you live and your situation and stuff like that. But you want a Lambo, all right? You want a Porsche, you want a BMW. But if you need a car and there's no public transportation, that's just everywhere and it goes throughout the city, that more bargain based vehicle is going to be fine for you as long as it. You said sneakers, that's my vice. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. It was my epiphany about me buying sneakers at a rapid pace hit me in 2017. The first time I went to SneakerCon. I went to SneakerCon Dallas in 2017, my first and only SneakerCon. And that end of June to the end of July, I think I purchased something like 15 pairs of sneakers. Yeah, 15 pairs of sneakers. And I would say out of 15 that I purchased, I might have mm, maybe two or three of those sneakers left. I sold them, flipped them, whatever it was. And I was like, this is insane. All right. This is insane. I'm not even going to wear these. I got them because there was a sale. I'm like, oh, that's a cool price and stuff like that. Whether it was um, in-store release, something online, an outlet, a Marshalls or a Ross deal that I found. It was ridiculous. It really was. And I'm talking about sneaker purchases ranging from as low as $30 up to 210. Okay. And you do the math on that. That's ridiculous. So was I able to recoup most of that money once I, sold and flipped? I would, looking back at it, I recouped about 80% of my money, 80% off the ones I sold, which was good. And that was a reflection of you can't do this. All right. There's other ways. If you're purchasing sneakers to generate views, and you say, I have to physically have the sneaker in my hand and in my collection, you I personally don't think that's responsible. Um, Everybody's going to be doing a review on that sneaker. What you do is you go to that mall, you review the sneaker in the mall, or you get an early look and you keep it moving because not every release comes out. You truly want those. It's just that you're trying to keep up with people. And I never felt that way. I bought this thing because I bought them. I was not, I'm about to tell you a dirty secret. Maybe you know this, Turquoise. And for everybody who's watching later, and I mentioned this in the video before. And once again, this is not a shot at anybody. I'm just telling you how this game works. Um, my delivery style on Sneaker YouTube is very uncle, big brotherish, kind of fatherish to some viewers. I've been told that a couple of times personally. Um, but it's like an advice. I tell you, hey, you don't have to buy these. I don't say don't buy these. I don't clickbait you anything. But I went to a sneaker store here in San Antonio and I was buying a really popular release for the sake of not naming names or possibly hinting at anyone or any place. The customer service rep said, you would keep these? I said, yeah. He said, man, please don't bring these back Tuesday. I was like, why would I bring them back Tuesday? Why did he say Tuesday? I need to know because he said Tuesday for a reason. You can't buy a new release and bring it back the next day. It's like a policy most of these stores have. You bring them back on Tuesday. So basically that 190, that uh 200, 225, 220, 250, whatever it was, you just keep flipping it and keep flipping it. And what you start to notice is some people never do collection videos. I've done a collection video. I haven't done my entire sneaker collection video, but I've done segments because that would I used to do long videos and people are like, man, I like it, but it was too long. All right. I think my last long video that I actually edited, and we're at 25 minutes right now, Turquoise. We're just having a yeah, exactly. Um, we're just having a conversation. We're just chopping it up on here. But live streams get a little leeway with the length. You know, they would take that money and buy the next release of next week. The next release of next. They would just flip that 190 or 160 if you're talking about a Jordan 1 all the way up to 250. Just flip it over and over. Every Tuesday, the shoe's coming back. They're holding on to that money. Buy the next one. Then the collection video comes around. People are like, hey, where's your collection video? Where's your collection video? And it's kind of like a G check, if you will. Do you really have the sneakers that you say? And some people might do the collection video, and you remember that video of them just being super excited about about the shoe on release day, and you don't see that shoe in their collection. You're like, what happened? Where is that shoe? What did you do? Oh, you sold it. All right, you sold it, but we never really see you engage in reseller like behavior. So I don't know. It's not a knock on you if you don't have this massive collection, okay? Because that's pocket watching. I don't count another man's money. Y'all heard me say that countless times. Do not count another man or woman, because I have viewers who are women. Do not count another man or woman's money unless you helped them make it or you gave it to them. Don't do that. All right. And you could tie that saying into a lot of different things we do on Sneaker YouTube. It's like you don't agree with somebody who loves a general release that came out. They just like that sneaker. And oh, why did you get that? And that's the elitism thing I talked about in my Jordan mid, my biggest video ever. Why do you hate the mids? I mentioned that the elitism thing. Oh, I don't mess with GRs. Oh, I only go after limited stuff. Good for you, buddy. Awesome. That's your money. I don't care. All right. Great. I don't care. Also, the person buying that general release sneaker that's everywhere. All right. They're sitting. They're sitting. You like the sneaker. That's your money. Great. Great. You don't like the sneaker, buy the limited sneaker for that person. That's how I feel. You don't like the fact that I have, a lot of general releases or sneakers you would never buy, but you think I should be reviewing something limited, send me that money. All right. Send it to me. I'll buy it for you. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. You got me a limited shoe. I'll shout you out and everything. All right. I might even donate to your live stream. But invest in that person if you're that serious about them having limited sneakers. I was watching I think it was Tops World, and he pulled out the cap and gown 13s, which I have right here. And I was in his live stream talking about this sneaker because he likes the sneaker. So do I. But the reason why I bought the cap and gowns is because I was not paying that $350, $400 reseller price. And unlike a lot of people who were talking smack, I was graduating from college. So I wore these on graduation day. That was my motivation to buy this sneaker. Yeah, I do. I got two pair up there. I don't have the black and gray ones because when they released, they flew off the shelf here, and I don't want a Bo Jackson gray and black, the Raiders, if you will. That's not DS. I love that sneaker, but I do have two pair. I have the blue leche, I think they're called. They kind of look kind of purplish, light blue, and baby bluish. And I have the Gunsmoke. I have those, but I didn't get the white, orange, and blue ones because I was sleeping, and I didn't get the they call them the Timberwolves, the white, royal blue, and green ones, the lime greens. I didn't get those, but yeah, I have a lot of sneakers that in my older videos you would see Saucony back here, you would see Adidas and stuff like that, Air Max. It's more than Jordans. This time I was being lazy because when I unpacked my collection, the shoes that kept coming out that I wanted to, get out the boxes as fast as were the Jordans, the way they got put into my house. So I just stuck with that. But I wear more than retro Jordans. But the Jordans get the views on your channel and all that stuff. But I happen to like this sneaker. People don't like this sneaker, and they found ways to not like this sneaker because it was a general release, and I didn't pay retail for it. I got these from the base exchange, so they're 1.6. I don't know if the price is going to show up right here. I was going to focus. Oh, almost did it, but they're 160, tax free on base. But that's why I got those. I'm just going to sit these down here instead of messing with that rack. Yeah, I'm still going to get those. They still pop up every now and again, but those are dope sneakers. The only issue I have with those is that they are early 90s technology, so the cushion has a lot to be desired. So when I bought mine, I was like, man, I forgot how these things felt. It's 1990, 91 cushioning technology, so it has a lot to be desired. But yeah, I wear more than red. Matter of fact, I had a pair of Sauconys on today, all black, suede and nubuck Sauconys. They're comfortable, and it's all how you style things. And that's the thing. A lot of us get caught up on the influence aspect of sneaker YouTube, where you see somebody, the on foot gets you. That's what it's all about. The on foot, like, man, I like how he had those on. Has that affected me? Yeah and no. For one, I don't wear my jeans like a lot of people. Yeah, I keep my shoe trees at all costs. I have a ton of these things lying around. Um, I know people stuff socks in their shoes to keep the form and stuff like that. Also have some shapers. Believe it or not, IKEA has the best shapers, but they keep selling out. They just opened a new IKEA here in San Antonio, not too far from me, right up the highway. But I go in there all the time just to check, and those things sell out because they're very cheap. I think they're under $2 with the springs in them. But I think every sneaker YouTuber within the San Marcos and down the San Antonio area have branded in and bought those things up. But yeah, I mean, you can get regular shapers for like $1 or something at Walmart. Get about what 4, in a pack. But yeah, definitely. One of our first videos was how to fix the crease in the Air Force One, and I found that you don't put anything inside the shoe because you stretch the leather, and it does work. It takes the creasing out on all leather sneakers. That is, I wouldn't try it on anything else. No nubuck. I don't advise that. I've never tried it. I'm not saying it won't work, but I personally wouldn't try it. Some sneakers look okay when they crease. Jordan ones, because of the age and the nostalgic aesthetic of it, they don't look bad creased unless you got those Defiant joints, those black ones with the red swoosh that looks like gas station pocketbook leather. Yeah, you know, but no doubt. Yeah, man, I appreciate you jumping on here. Why are you up this late? I know why I'm up this late. Oh, somebody jumped in. The Air Max. What's up, March Boy? What do you think about the Air Max 270s? I love the 270s. I have two pair up there. I have the was it the black with the purple air bubble in it, and I have the ones that were flying off the shelf, the Tigers. The yellow and black ones. Mm-hmm. Who's got it? Snooch Customs. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome, welcome. I'm shocked people are up this late. I took a nap earlier. I was handling some business, and it wore me out from all the paperwork and stuff I had to do. And I came in, I took a nap, so I'm up. I'm up. I'm kind of a night owl and I have bad sleeping habits, everything. Yeah, man, we just chopping it up. It's my first live stream. You're working and you got a chance to sit, hey, passing time with you guys, no doubt. I am not a night shift person. I think I probably could do it now, because I'm kind of conditioned to being up when I feel like it. But shout out to the people who work at night, man. Hey, get that night differential pay. But the 270s, I love the 270s. They're very comfortable. The 720s, I guess they'll grow on me, but I'm shocked how fast they went on sale. That blew me away. How fast the 720s went on sale. And I think what it is that they're putting that massive air unit on too many other sneakers. They're fusing them with too many other sneakers. I do like the Odell Beckham joints. I think those are cool. I mean, he tried and failed with a couple of other, like his mids, the SF mids, they failed horribly. And I think he had another shoe that didn't do so well. But yeah, it's the 720 is a unique fit. I actually tried to pair on, and I was like, I don't know. It's kind of like the up tempos, where it took me a long time to buy a pair of up tempos because my foot is like this. It's kind of slanted forward, and I was like, man, that's a unique fit. Yeah, camera sneakers, the flea pit or the flea. Oh, you got to clue me on those. Those aren't ringing a bell for me. Yeah, explain those to me. But yeah, the 720s are kind of, it's a bulky sneaker. My favorite retro, hands down, the Jordan 1. And my next video is going to be on my grails. I've been asked about this well over a year, and they said, "Why haven't you done that video? You're a lot older than a lot of people, so your history on which grail is going to be mind blowing for a lot of us." And not really, believe it or not. I just have a connection to certain sneakers because I was alive when they made them. The threes, it, this is gonna sound odd to you. The threes took a while to grow on me. I always thought they were a little too simple, but once I started thinking back, like, man, why do these ring a bell in my head for like a nostalgia purpose? It was because a lot of the dope rappers from the late '80s had them. LL Cool J wore 'em for a while before he got to start rocking Troop. The infamous Kid and Play photo with them with the Benzes and Ice T, just to name a few rappers that wore the cement threes. The black cement, the white cement, um, the was the fire red joints. Yeah, that I was like, man, I'm not feeling it. But over time, I was like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's when you spelled it like that. Yeah, Cameron. Cameron. He's collabed with a brand before when he was really hot on that pink deal. Was it New Balance or Saucony? It was a running shoe brand, I believe, that gave him a collaboration. I saw those. I don't know, but shout out to Cameron on his entrepreneurial type spirit right there. I don't knock when we have people who find another revenue stream. If it works, it works. Shout out to Cameron for doing that. But yeah, Flea is his nickname. In case people are wondering, like, why they call him Flea. But Cameron was one of the more fashion forward rappers in the mid 2000s. He was known for the pink game. I rock pink. I don't have a problem with pink. Even though my mom did when I was a kid, she would not let me wear it. A couple other colors too that she didn't think were boyish enough. And that was just the days and times we lived in. Yeah, Funk Flex wore them too, man. Funk Master Flex wore lugs. I remember the photos in the magazines. Yeah, Birdman, Funk Master Flex rocked the lugs. Got into a debate on somebody's podcast about that, and someone actually, one of the panel members looked it up and was like, he was right on Master Flex. I know my rap history. I know my rap history. Really, I wasn't feeling lugs. The joints I had instead of lugs were mountain gear. And I found a picture of me rocking the mountain gear joints. And I went to scan it, and it was a Polaroid, and that junk was like crumply. So I couldn't hold on to the picture. Like as soon as I put it on, it just broke up, and all the yeah, it was an old picture, y'all. Plus, considering the fact that I travel around the world and stuff being in storage, so yeah, the picture didn't hold up. With mountain gear, I wasn't really big on lugs. Back when streetwear was really taking off in the late '90s, wasn't really messing with them. What do y'all think about Master P coming out with another shoe, the Munyatis? You know, if you seen I got the hookup too, these are his how would I call them? The designer sneaker, his foray into designer sneaker. Master P is always trying to make money, and yeah, you saw the movie Snooch? Yeah, terrible. He threw some leopard print and some turquoise and I think gold. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't messing with those, but I give it to him. Yeah, he doesn't have it, man. I get it. Businessman and stuff like that, but he has failed several times. Like when he had the no limit gear, in my opinion, he jacked Fubu. That's all he did. He jacked Fubu, and because no limit was popping, people bought it. Um, let's talk about some of those brands that are no longer around from the late '90s and 2000s. Okay, this should probably be a video in itself, and I think I'm going to do this because I thought about it. So you had Damani Dada, which was popping here in San Antonio. Um, you had Lugs, you had No Limit Gear, Fubu, which is still being sold in Korea. I saw that. Pure Players. Uh, I'm missing quite a few. Rockaware, which is still around. You know, everybody had a clothing line. Everybody had a clothing line. Even Snoop Dogg had a clothing line for a little bit. With the bandana stuff on it, which is ugly. But yeah, Iceberg gone. With the Looney Tune stuff on it. Yeah, there are quite a few. There are quite a few. I think I have some pictures and some of this stuff as well. Oh, okay. No wonder they were kind of jumping out there a little bit. Cross Colors is before that time, along with Calkin. When the late '90s hit, Calkin was kind of on the downturn a little bit. It was still pretty good. I got a picture of myself in a denim Calkin joint. Sean John is still out there. They came around. Yeah, show that. Yeah, some of the oh man, too many. Too many. That's a good question. That's a good question, Marsh boy. Being that I'm an old head, as I was told in the comment. Suede Pumas. I sold almost my entire Puma collection, but I helped. Yeah, Pelly Pelly always got the. I would still rock a Pelly Pelly leather jacket. They still had the dope jackets. But as far as sneakers, I can run them off. First one, Shell Toe Adidas, aka the Superstar. The suede Pumas, whether in the leathers of Clyde or the suede joints, you had those. Of course, the Air Force One. This is no particular order. Yeah, Echo. They still selling Echo, by the way, in stores. Man, Diodore, which my man Luch from back home, Lucci, he and I, we rock Diodore the same. Oh, word. A lot of women have that tattoo, and they had to get it covered up. A lot of women had that tattoo. Oh, who else? Let me see. At least, even though, yeah, first down. I had the first down puffy joint, and that was a very warm jacket when I was in Germany. Um, so that's my five right there so far. Air Force Ones, the Puma Suede, Puma Clyde, the Shell Toe, aka Superstar, um, Air Max. Got to throw the Air Max in there. Diodore. You know, you got Lotto, you got Elise, Lecoq Sport Team, Spot Built, which was bought by Saucony. A lot of people say Saucony, but Saucony. So you had those. Then you get back into our area. We had Van Grack, all that stuff, man. But yeah, no doubt, we those are the sneakers from back in the day. Matter of fact, I was on our sneaker channel on Facebook that I belong to, and we were talking about Fila. All right, I left Fila off there because I was about to say this. I still rock Fila. Fila reminds me of paid in full. You know, when I was a kid, all the balling dudes who were engaged in street pharmaceutical sales. I'll leave it at that. But they were very fashion forward, if you will. I admired their style, but not what they were doing. Oh, the Jabos, yeah, with the strip right across the zipper. I had a pair of those, quite a few actually. Um, I always loved Fila. It always looked really cool with the color blocking and that box logo. But yeah, you know, I love Fila. I still do. I got a couple of Fila joints in there now. Hoodies, jackets. I break them out. You check my IG channel, you see me rocking Fila from time to time. The problem with Fila right now is that they're killing themselves, and whoever's part of their marketing and advertising team needs to stand up and say we cannot copy concepts from other sneakers because Fila has a sneaker that looks like a Yeezy, and they got one that looks like a Jordan 11. And once you start doing that, you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, you would go to Burlington and they would have the Cadillac sneakers that look like Air Force Ones. And Fat Farm and Fubu started doing that. Once you start copying um, iconic sneaker silhouettes, you're done. Just zip it up, go away. You're done. You're gonna kill your brand. You are. You're gonna kill your brand. It's just like you got out here because you were different and people respected the equality or the fashionable side of it or you know, comfort or tech. But if you start copying other people's stuff, you're done. Yeah, paid in full. You know, paid in full. I mean, I just every time that's one of my favorite movies. Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, these dudes were fresh. You know, now I don't know what these young boys are doing. The young boys who engage in that type of fashion right now. I don't know what they're doing. I know my parents and aunts and uncles looked at us crazy when we were rocking polka dots like Kwame. So I get it somewhat. What's up, Aiden? Do you know if the Tinker 3 is coming out soon? The black ones are coming to EU. Yes. This weekend, if I'm not mistaken, I did an early look. Look at my video. I think it's my outside of my live streams, my second to last video at the very end. Watch the entire video though. Even watch the commercials. All right. It's this weekend they're coming out. The cool gray fours have been pushed to the first because the Tinker threes are dropping this Saturday. I did an early look on those 13s that dropped this past weekend, and I did an early look on those Tinker threes, the black and gray joints. Speaking of which, yeah, it was Platinum Food was the best. Shoot, I'm gonna start yanking sneakers off the shelf. Is it? Yeah. Let's talk about a video that I have coming up. I've already shot this video. I might redo it, but this sneaker right here is my failed sneaker of 2019 so far. I'm not sure if this sneaker is going to be surpassed, but you guys take a guess what this is because I did not do a review on this sneaker at all before this very reason. I didn't want to be redundant. So I can give y'all a little preview without going too far into the sneaker. Take a guess what's in this box. Of course, you see the Tinker Hatfield signature. What sneaker is this? And this is my failed sneaker of 2019. Yep, Crocs. What Crocs are coming back? Somebody asked me about Crocs twice so far in the past week. I had some Crocs. I only flew in them. They were like my airport shoes. But yeah, this sneaker is a dope failed sneaker, and it was killed off. Let me sit these joints right here for a second. It was killed off because they were 225 and they did a quick strike. Every sneaker that was over $200 that the stores had put a quick strike on have failed. Hey, what we got here? Yeah, kids, no doubt. Kids will hustle. You know, what was the other joints? Um, Speaking of kids, slips my mind. I mean, it wasn't bad branding. This is a very cool concept, by the way. I like the sneaker. It was going to be a birthday purchase. I could have gotten them anyway, but I passed on them because I was like, I'm going to stick by my, my whole ethos about certain sneakers. 225. This is 237 here in San Antonio, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. This is not a 225 sneaker. 200, I get it because they're giving you some extra stuff, but where are my laces at, man? Or my swooshes? Yeah. Now, if you do a little research, you can get these for about 129, y'all. I'm telling you. I got mine for like 154 after my discount at the outlets. They hit outlets, and I told people they're going to hit outlets because no one is happy with that 225 at a quick strike. It's not going to work. And every sneaker they've done this to has failed. Jordan brand slash Nike slash Jordan brand, actually. Are you listening? Are you listening? Stop it. But those black and gray Tinker 3s are 200 and they are quick strike. I didn't say that in the video. But yeah, 200 and quick strike. They are. So we'll make your decisions from there. Yep. I got mine for 159. 159. And it was when they first came out though, Tony. And I was like, I gotta get them now because I wear the money size. This is a money size. You know your sneakers and how resellers work. That 9.5, you better move quickly because the pin on the shoe is going to be gone. It's going to be gone. So now I remember people running around trying to get these. And I was like, you should wait. You should wait. I got a feeling about them. How has it changed over time? I don't. I'm gonna be candid with you guys. The major thing that's changed in the sneaker culture is the reseller. We didn't have resellers. They were out there back in my youth, but they weren't as prevalent. A reseller was merely like, I can't get the shoe. Oh, I got them because I took a trip down from from New York down to Baltimore, and I got these Air Force Ones that only released there. That's when the resellers came around because they were regional releases. And that was the difference. Nobody was really going into the stores and buying out everything for the sake of selling. It's kind of like, you got them, I got them. That's that. And the limited thing wasn't really around that much. They started doing limited stuff when they saw the fervor of the releases, when those retro J's started coming back around, those pure OG versions. That's when they saw, let's limit some of these sneakers to build the hype and stuff like that. So the brands did it themselves. So the reseller is the number one thing that's a change in the market. And I got a love-hate thing with resellers. I get it. Have I purchased a sneaker for the sake of selling it again? No, I haven't. I haven't done that. I have not done that. Hey, what's up, Rafa? I saw your comment. I didn't say anything back to you just yet because I was fumbling around with this thing. But you're still out in LA though. I saw you doing your thing, man. You're doing your thing. But yeah, that's the biggest change in the sneaker culture is the reseller. And I told you guys I have a love-hate with them because Matter of fact, I'm gonna Rafa, you're gonna be my example tonight. All right. So you never feel like I'm sneak dissing you because I've seen you in action. Here's why I'm okay with resellers. Say you live in a place that does not have a sneaker store really close to you. You live in a small town, little city, whatever, and you gotta take a trip to hit up the store. And you got this dude there that's that's what he does. He travels around, he's got different accounts, joins the raffles, go and cop the sneakers, and he does it for you. But of course, you got to pay them for his services. Remember, he's the one getting up early. He's the one that did the legwork to win the raffles. So you got to pay. All right. I get that. You want the sneaker that bad? That's your guy. That's your plug. Your reseller is your plug. I get that. And that's pretty much how Rafa works. All right. That's how he works. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. All right. That's where I'm like, I'm okay with resellers. Now, the side of reselling I don't like is if it's a GR and well, that's not that's on the buyer as well. But buying up the stock, you know, buying up the stock is where I have a problem with the reseller, but more so the store. Okay. Or you're charging some exorbitant price for a sneaker that's going to clunk and you know it. You know it. If you're a reseller, you watch the market. And yeah, no doubt. That's why I use you, Rafa. Like I know pretty much, how you do your business, and I never knocked on that. So every time I'm like, man, they're going resellers. I'm not talking to you, Rafa, because I understand what you do, and you got your market because of your location. Ain't nothing in Kyle. All right. Yeah. Yeah, Tony. Man, and that's the other thing we didn't have back in the day. We didn't have uh people taking orders on on a general release. And a lot of times just educate yourself on the market. You can kind of tell a sneaker that's going to be a general release. And I've been correct 90+% of the time and incorrect around 10+% of the time with a little wiggle room, plus or minus 5 points. I can just tell because I'm old. I'm like, man, I don't think those are going to do well. Like the what's the sneaker that's a fail? The Ray Allen sevens. I said that sneaker's not going to sell really well. That's going to hang around for a bit. And the reason for it was that it was not the OG version of Ray Allen. The OG version of Ray Allen was leather. They came out in this new buck, and I was like, why? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? I was playing at the top and flicked it off here. Um, yeah, that's a big change. Hype. Hype is another one. Only hype we had back in the day were the commercials, and more so the Jordan commercials. It was like him in the back, dunking, bouncing the ball, and he dunks or something like that. Or him and Spike Lee in the commercial, like, yeah, the fours are coming, the threes are coming, this, and that. We had the Jordan commercials, and the Converse commercials with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, the video games on Nintendo. Remember back in the day. If you're old enough to remember that, we didn't have hype. All right. The hype really was, somebody that was well known rocking the sneaker. Your rapper, you saw him in the magazine, but now we have the internet and everything's instantaneous. Instantaneous. You get these sneak peeks of somebody at the game rocking the sneaker that hasn't been released yet. It was like, ooh, what are those? Ooh, when those are dropping, all that good stuff. Ain't no doubt. All right, Snoop, thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by, Snoop. I know it's late. And you guys are up. I appreciate it. I did not mean to be on here this long, but I was like, oh, people jumped in. But yeah, that's one of the biggest things. Oh, I even still follow this. Mixing brands. Mixing brands. My generation says if the sneaker brand is popping and they have clothing to go with the brand, you don't mix them. All right. Only time you get an exception is okay. Elise has come out with like some active wear. They got the sweatsuits and the t-shirts and the hoodies and stuff like that. the younger generation, they really don't know Elise. All right, Elise was popping late 80s, early 90s. A dope sneaker, still is a dope sneaker, but they haven't really released a sneaker in mass. So you can get away with rocking the Elite sweatsuit or sweatpants and a pair of Nikes. Nobody's gonna say a word. But we frown upon the Adidas and Nike, the Adidas joggers with the Jordans. You're like, come on, man, why are you doing that? Throw some NMDs on or something. Throw some shell toes on or something. Throw some Yeezys on. Don't do that. All right. That's one thing that's changed where uh that's is currently that's not an issue. You know, that's not an issue. Like the younger generation, like that's what they do. You know, hey, I'm not hating on the cats. It's just what they do. You know, they're more lenient. They're kind of like, well, I got them. Why can't I wear them? It's your money. But my generation frowns upon that. You know, that's just me. Um, I don't do it. Okay. If I got Timberlands on, obviously Timberland doesn't make sneakers like that. I can wear Timberlands with anything. Lace up. You talking about lace up, right, Rafa? Because I saw them do a preview and asked about vendors and stuff like that on Instagram. If it's something else, I was not paying attention. Oh, come on, man. You out there drinking? I know you legal now. You know, yeah, I'm trying. If it's laced up, I'm there. They expect for me to be there. You know, those young dudes that's doing their thing, still in high school, and they host a sneaker event that does really well here in San Antonio. If you're in the greater San Antonio area or Texas, period, come out to Lace Up. Follow them on Instagram, Lace Up Event. It's amazing what they're doing. You know, to be young guys. You know, they could be doing something else. Hype Fest, August 10th. I'm there. Oh, oh, dang it. I might not be there. I just told you that, Tony. I might not. That's pushing it. That is pushing it because I have something the day prior and I'm out of town. I don't know if I'm going to be back in time for that. That is pushing it. But 50-50 on that. Quote me on it. Yeah. 50-50 on it. Quote me on that. Yeah, y'all know me. If I'm around, I'm there. Matter of fact, my young boys, they got on me when I went to the last lace up. They were like, "What happened?" I was like, "I was out of town, and they were at another location, and but I made that one. They kind of expect for me to come through, but definitely, for all my sneakerheads on here in the San Antonio area, greater San Antonio area, I would like for all of us to kind of come together, you know, and kind of merge and do stuff. I've been in Rafa's videos before. I think I popped up in a couple, well, one or two of yours too, Tony. I think is when somebody got you for the shades. That was messed up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. San Antonio turquoise. San Antonio. San Antonio is going to be here. I think we have like 4 or 5 events we do here. So Hype Fest, that's a new one. I wasn't tracking that unless it was something. The one Nathan does at Top Golf, Lace Up, Spurs Sneaker Slam. So that's 4. Yeah. If I'm missing one, let me know. Let me know. But that's 4 I'm aware of. And I missed the Top Golf one that Nathan did because I was out of town. They should. They should. Philadelphia has an insane sneaker history. I mean, it's too many major cities within 2 hours of each other. It should be jumping. Somebody asked me about SneakerCon. Why didn't I go to Dallas SneakerCon? If you saw my video from a while ago, like 3 or 4 videos ago, I told you guys, here's what happened. I went to a concert in Irving the weekend prior. Then SneakerCon was the following weekend. The next weekend, I had to go back up to that area, to see my nephew, take care of some things. So 3 trips. All right. One I had a ticket for, one I had to do, and one was kind of like if I chose to. So that's why I didn't go to SneakerCon in Dallas. You know, And here's my take on SneakerCon. If you don't go for the networking, it's kind of like redundant. Okay. It's kind of redundant. That's what I've noticed. Like, okay, there's more shoes. What else are they doing? People weren't happy with the basketball game they were doing. That kind of wore out its course. The roast session they had that year, I think that was the first one I went to. That was atrocious. Now panels, which is I think it's pretty good. I think the panels are a good thing. But as far as other stuff, it's really networking. Will SneakerCon grow your channel? I can say it didn't help me a whole lot. All right. I can say that. It didn't help me a whole lot because I have a thing about being genuine, you know, being genuine. Like I met Rafa, I met Tony, and it was the same vibe. I got that. Whereas like, it wasn't on some yo, help me out with my channel type thing. And it was kind of like, yeah, we're down here in this area. People don't really know about us like that. Texas Man is another dude, real cool. It was organic. It wasn't like I'm going in to meet people to help my channel. It was like, if I see you, I recognize you, everything's cool. That's that. That's how it's going to be. But clearly, people go to network. You buy that plane ticket or you take that trip to network. Would I buy anything from SneakerCon? Uh, I've seen what I see. Okay, I would use caution. I would use caution if you go to SneakerCon. These smaller events where it's more cozy, I have. I mean, Rafa saw me cop some sneakers. Matter of fact, it's in one of his videos. What did I buy? I bought some Air Max, and I bought some Jordan 5 lows done from above. I think they're back here somewhere. Yeah, they're on one of these shelves. Yeah. I bought those. Oh, what's up, OG Kicks? Man, y'all talk about me. You cats are up late too. All right. I'm retired, so I wake up when I feel like. I have nothing going on. I do have something going on in the morning, but I'll be fine. Yeah, but you guys are up late, up early. Maybe at work, like somebody said they were at work. Goodness, when do you sleep, man? I would take a nap during the afternoon in a heartbeat. If I don't have anything going on, I will go to sleep. I will go to sleep. Oh wow. Hey, like I said, shout out to the night, the night workers out there. I probably could pull it off now, but I don't know. They'll probably find me in the closet somewhere taking a nap for about an hour, taking a little power nap. You know, I am not a night person. So story time. When I was in the army a few moons ago before I retired, we had what's called CQ, which is charge of quarters for those you haven't served, and you had staff duty, okay, or AOD, depending on the unit. So you're up all night, depending on the rules. Some rules they say, hey, one of you have to, because it was you and you had to depend on your rank. It was you and another person. So you had the person who's in charge and you had the runner. And the runner literally was the person who would go and check on something and you man the desk or whatever, the phone and the radio. So you would have this duty maybe once a month, depending on the size of your unit, or twice a month. And it sucked if you couldn't take a nap. If you couldn't take a nap, it sucked. Literally all night, just sitting there. Phone might ring. Um, an email or something might come through, and you gotta go and check these buildings and the doors and all that stuff. And it was basically security. That's what it was. And it was times like you wish something happened, all right? Because it was like, oh my goodness, you're just looking at the clock, and you would start your tour duty about 5:30 in the afternoon, and you wouldn't get off till like 7 or 8 in the morning. and you have to give like this little briefing of what happened and what didn't happen, and it was just terrible. Oh my goodness, I still remember the form, DA form 1594. But as you go up in rank, you don't have to do it as much. And yeah, like once I started, getting those rockers and stuff in the middle of it, like I don't pull duty. I'm good. You know, I'm good. I'm in charge now. I have to do that. But it sucked. I hated it. Oh my goodness. I was like, man, I will not work nights. I will, just because of that. That ruined it for me. Yeah, you can't watch the clock. You can't watch the clock. You watch the clock, it's kind of like frozen molasses. It's torture. And that drive home was the worst because now you walk out into the cold or you walk out into the heat in the morning, whatever, or the little chill, and you probably had some coffee or something to get yourself home. And it was like the most dangerous, worst drive of your life because being sleepy and driving is just as worse as being drunk. All right. Not that I drink and drive, but it's the same effect almost. And you would get home, get in the shower, and it's like, all right, I can go to sleep. But no, 2 hours go by and you're just like, and finally you go to sleep. Then you slept too long. So now you're up and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you got to go to work the next day. That's your sleeping is your day off. I always say it should be 2 days off from that. And it would take another day or two to recover from that. I hated that junk. It was the worst. It was the worst. I hated they're going overnight duty. It sucked. Ugh. But yeah, that was a quick story time for y'all and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go with some wild comments that I've gotten in here. If you don't know, I actually censor my comments because I said before in the live chat that I have young people who watch my channel, like my daughter and my niece. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. You gotta stay awake. Yeah, for sure. Um, Somebody said, "What website do you get your Jordan mids from? The $88." I distinctly remember that comment. Oh, that's what's up from Hawaii. I never made it out there, but thanks for checking in. And we'll do it again, maybe once or twice a week. I don't want to, overwork this and things like that because there's a lot of live streams that go on during the week. And like I said, it's kind of saturated. I just wanted to see if I could pull it off. Well, I was saying, yeah, somebody said, what website do you get Jordan 1 mids for $88? And this when the hype. I'm gonna talk. I got you, Turtles. I'm gonna come back to that. This is when the hype of the mids was popping, when the special editions were dropping, they were 120. And I had to laugh to myself a little bit. I was like, you must be new to the channel because you've never seen me do my military exchange store videos. The PX, BX, NEX, MX, any of those exchange stores, AFES, all right, which is like our department store for the military, always has mids. They have a lot of mids. If you can't find a mid in the exchange store, you aren't looking. They're $88. All right. The special edition ones are $96, tax free. There's no website. He was trying to allude that I was hitting up you know, cross the water spots, as Ratchet says, super duper rooper. Now I ain't no cross the water, just on base. All right, that's where I get them from. Oh, EB Kicks, turquoise. It's you ever been to the you've been to the mall, you see like the kiosk that they do the shoe cleaning thing. There's a brand called EB Kicks, and they sell this whitener, and it basically repairs the your soles. It turns them white again. It's like polish. It doesn't crack. It doesn't chip. It works great. Over time, if water and stuff like that, it will kind of wash away. But I fixed my Pro Star 5s and a pair of Air Max 90s with them. It works really well. EB Kicks. EB Kicks. The stuff is in another bathroom. I don't want to walk off camera and dig through it, but I did put that brand in a video. Is way back in there. It's way back in there. I didn't do a video on it, but that brand is in there. And the reason why I did that because the guy is from a little city outside my hometown. And I said, hey, I got you. I'm gonna shout you out and all that good stuff. He gave me a discount on the kit, but it works well. It's a good cleaning kit too. Good cleaning kit. I know some people like, man, these kiosk dudes are annoying, but they work great. EV Kicks works great. Also, there's another. No, it was EV Kicks that fixed my Laney Fives, my blue Laney Fives. I was downtown at the Riverwalk. I don't know why water was down there, and somebody spilled a drink on there, and the dude fixed them for me. And I wound up finishing up the job to make them look brand new when I got home. But yeah, EV Kicks. Okay, Turquoise, look them up. EV Kicks. Hopefully in a mall near you. I do know they're at North Star Mall by the Shoe Palace, but there's another brand that's at Ingram Park, and I don't think they have that whitener in there. Yeah, white polish works though, and it's hard to find. I haven't seen white polish being sold in the store in quite a bit. That's why they call me the solution, Turquoise. Yeah, the solution for kicks. The solution is my DJ name. The solution for kicks is my YouTube deal. So where did the name come from? The solution part came from this. Another story time about the army. Back when I was a young knucklehead, you know, my buddies, a lot of them I'm still cool with till today. A couple are still serving. Um, Long story short, they used to call me the book, okay, because I read everything, everything, because I just wanted to know how. Because I always felt like the more senior sergeants were getting over. Back in the day, I felt like they were kind of abusing us a little bit. So I was like, hey, I gotta learn the playbook. I gotta learn the game. Something ain't right. And it got to the point where they would call me the book because people get in trouble and they're like, hey, ask him, he knows. I'm like, yeah, man, they can't do that to you because it says right here. So I was like a jailhouse lawyer. So the solution, I flipped the book to the solution because I was kind of like the problem solver. So I just like, well, the solution for kicks part came from this. I used to have the solution, aka the sneaker aficionado. That was my original YouTube sneaker name. Then I can't remember the dude. He does not have a channel anymore. I don't know what happened to him, but he was around 50K, older cat. Had a lot of unique, cool sneakers. Um, he hit me up one day and he was like, "Hey, you need to change your username. It's not friendly for like searches. It's not unique enough." I was like, "For real?" I was like, "Well, I wanted to use like my DJ name because I had a different concept for my YouTube channel at the time. I wanted to do a lot of different stuff." And he's like, "Why don't you just like flip your name a little bit or something? Do something with it. Make it catchy." So I was just fumbling around in my head a little bit, like this, that. And I was like, the solution for kicks, but the number 4 and the Z and the exclamation mark. As soon as I did that, that's when my subscriber count went up. Believe it or not. All I did was search engine optimization because my name was so unique and distinct. But if you look in like my tags, it says the aficionado, you know, all that stuff in there. It helps a little bit. So a lot of times it's your name. It's got to be catchy. It's got to be catchy to like get on a little quick. And it worked. It worked. All in the name. But I sound like a reseller. Somebody told me that before. My name sounds like I am a reseller, the solution for kicks. Hey, I missed that release. Got you. You know, but hey, you're not a reseller. No, I'm not a reseller. I don't do that. Why not? Sounds like you're one. Just don't. Yeah, but as far as things changing and the culture was different. We had East Bay. I'm pretty sure you might remember East Bay. Getting that magazine from East Bay was like the joint, especially if you didn't. I was overseas for a little while. when Eastbay still was popping, and getting your sneakers shipped to you was like a 2 3 week wait, and you was just like, I can't wait until I get my kicks. But yeah, everybody had the Eastbay magazines, and that was the thing. What came out? What came out? And we had a couple of major sneaker stores back in Baltimore. We had Robert C. Rich's. We had they should have went first. Charlie Rudo was the store to get your sneakers from. Sports Mart is still popping. Sports Mart is still popping. A lot of OG stuff back home. You're looking for all kinds of Air Force Ones, a lot of retro joints. They got them. They even put like the fits together for you. Um, that was, you would just walk in and ask. And I like what they did for people like handling the shoes. I wish more stores did that. They shrunk wrap the sneakers in plastic, and you see that sometimes at like sneaker stores, but it kept people's fingers on it, especially if the sneaker is like a suede nubuck. That oil from your hands constantly touching it is going to basically mat down the material, and it's going to have like this shiny effect to it. So they're actually protecting their investment. They're like, I personally don't like display sneakers unless I have no choice and I just really want the shoe. I don't like display sneakers at all. Like a display sneaker at the outlet, the one with the sensor on it, those are fine. I have two pair of those. The samples, because you can't take the sensor out and put the shoe on. You can't try it on. It's attached to the shoe. So I have no issues with that. I don't like um, display sneakers. Some stores give you a discount. Some stores don't. They just clean the shoe up for you. But you got to deal with creasing. Let me crease my own shoe. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, no doubt. That what else changed in the culture? Uh, of course, fashion. Um, the lack of individuality, a big thing. Wanting to fit in. Yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, Game Informer. You wanted that. It was free. It came in the mail. You just look forward to it. No doubt. I forgot about Game Informer. Yeah, waiting for this is coming out. Or they put some tips and stuff in there. Yeah, Game Informer. Um, yeah, the lack of individuality, the waves, like everybody jump on it. There weren't many collaborations back then that drove a certain sneaker. And here's the thing I always talk. I don't like Yeezys. Okay, I think they're just like not very aesthetically appealing shoes to me. And to each his own with them. I'm like, hey, that's your money. I personally don't like them. I'm not going to dish you if you're wearing them. Like, oh, you got some Yeezys on. I'm kind of like, I ain't feeling them, but that's your money. You got them on. I have nothing negative to say about you and your shoe, but personally aren't for me. But if you take away the Kanye name from that sneaker, would you really buy it? Being that the name gives it value, would you really buy it? Think about it. Think about it. All right, Tony. Thanks for checking in, man. Stay on that hustle. Be safe out there. But yeah, think about that. The collaborations weren't uh, a big deal. We had player edition sneakers. You had your Grant Hill Fila type stuff, your Jerry Stackhouse type situations, your phone posits. We had those. We didn't have like famous people on sneakers, if you will. Not they were far and few. Okay, so the stuff like that. That was that's a big change within the culture as well. I mean, like the internet has been a it's like being in bed with your worst enemy at times. And I mean, we're here right now because of the internet, and that desire to have something limited is really it's helped and it's hurt the culture a whole lot. And that leads me into something else as far as the I call it the oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I'm about to close out. A lot of people dropping off here. But yeah, When you make something, I've said this countless times. Hey, thanks for checking in, Turquoise. When you make something inaccessible to people via limited quantity or price, you create a ripe environment for a counter market. I don't like calling it the black market. I call it the counter market. And people are going to go to that. It's like, I'm not paying that. I'll buy something as close as possible to it. I don't care. It's my money. So once you see all these limited sneakers and sneakers creeping over that $200 mark, it's going to get bootleg, you know. But thanks everybody. We're creeping on that 130 mark. Next time I do this, I want to try to keep it at an hour, but I know how live streams work. They take a while to build up and people jump on, and it won't be this late. This was just like me test firing and everything. See how I was going to go, and yeah, if people got the time to jump in, and it's I am a radio DJ, so I know what it's like to be in the booth by myself. I know how to run this by myself, as y'all can see. I wasn't a loss of words. Um, but it's always nice to have somebody else's energy to bounce off you as well. But yeah, I want to keep this down to an hour if possible. But if people got time, I will give you the time if I have the time. All right. But if I do, I'll try to do this while I have nothing going on later on. All right. Besides sleep, unless I have to be to sleep. But yeah, thanks everyone. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I thank you for everything. And I told you the channel's evolving. It's evolving. It's evolving. If you're in the area, we got the time to link up. Let's collaborate and do it for the city. Let's do it for the culture. All right. And I'm out of here. Boom.